Live from Las Vegas, the man trying to build a network that fixes itself before your engineers even wake up. The SVP and GM of Data Center Networking at HPE, Praveen Jain.
How are you doing today? All right. First of all, I'm the SVP GM for Data Center Networking at HPE, which basically means when your network goes down, my phone rings too. And sometimes at 2 a.m. And the first question always magically is, do you know what the problem is? I say, I don't know, but my wife surely does, because she also woke up. I'll tell you, believe it or not, even another incident, 10-year-old boy, when my son used to be 10-year-old, he created a big note on the screen, actually big handwritten note, put it on the wall. He said the 10 things which my dad say all the time, and one of them was, there is a Sev1 bug. He didn't understand what Sev1 means, but he had something called Sev1 bug. So anyway, trust me, when your network is working correctly, nobody calls you. So nobody compliments you when it's working correctly, but you always need to prove that network is working correctly until it's not working. So what I meant to say with that is, network is guilty until it's proven not to be. So that's our job, unfortunately. I spend my time or days talking with the smartest engineers, technology leaders on the planet, and these are the leaders and the engineers who are working for banks, retailers, cloud infrastructure, movie studios, and whatnot. But regardless of the industry and the scale, I keep hearing the same exact challenges. So why don't we do this? First, let's make sure that we are baselining the challenges which all of you face today. Speed. You are expected to roll out applications as fast as it's possible. That means you want to deploy these services in minutes, not days, not months. Reliability. We all say that we will be building the redundant network. But what happens? When something fails, that redundancy is not to be seen. So reliability is extremely critical. Now let's say something that did fail. How do you make sure that you can find the root cause in a very, very, very simple fashion? So insights become extremely critical. Now, as you have seen, we were running these workloads in the traditional networks. Suddenly, network speeds and feeds are going through the roofs because AI workloads are changing the meaning of what reliability really means or what performance really means. And with that, you cannot forget about security. Security cannot be just at the perimeter. It has to be built into your entire stack, east, west, north, south. Everything has to be done right at the center of the network. So if you think about it, now I thought that if suppose we started going through why HPE is critical for your infrastructure, instead of going through the list of things, I said, let's do it in the David Letterman style. So what it means is I'm going to share top 10 reasons why you should be partnering with HPE Networking. So if you remember that show from old times, it means I'm going to throw some cards. I have some cards with top 10 reasons. I'm going to break some glasses, which I'll simulate using my digital screen. But also in between, you will see some drum rolls. So there will be 10 drum rolls associated with 10 reasons. And what I would like to have some audience participation. So bring out your best dance moves during which I do the drum rolls. Pick up your best dance moves you know, and see if we can capture it on camera or all the other video cameras we have around here. So with that, dance moves. Anybody? At least one person. At least one person. All right, look at this. Look at Safi. Thank you, Safi. All right, you did it. With that, and since I didn't practice it well, I should have thrown this card first so that it flies along with the digital effect. So now I remember I'm going to do that. But my 10th reason is network without human errors. All of you know, human errors are still #1 cause of the network outages. It's not hackers, not hardware, but somebody made that config change maybe at 11 p.m. And that 2 a.m. call I got, maybe it's due to that. So we need to be able to, at least in this world, in this arena, in this times where we are living and breathing AI, how can we avoid these human errors? To hear about that experience firsthand, I would like to invite Don Robb, Principal Network Architect from Disney Studios, to join me on the stage. All right, I love that. Thank you, Don. By the way, I love your badge. This is so nice.
Thank you.
So, Don, your company is known for creating magic. What's the most important magical moment? And before we go into the technical topic, I thought I'll start with a funny question. What's the most magical moment or place maybe you visited on vacation?
Well, I'm Scottish, and if you've ever been to Scotland, you know it's a cold and dreary place most of the time.
Yep.
However, I took my wife there for the first time about 5 years ago, and we had great luck because it was 100-degree weather all trip. It was a record-setting affair. Wow. So we decided to go coast to coast, and it was very magical. I even got some sunburn.
Very good. By the way, I went to Scotland last December, visited the whiskey experience there. There were like hundreds of whiskeys from around the world. So I love that place. So thank you. So when I watch a film like, let's say, Lion King or Avatar, there is a huge amount of efforts, I'm sure, behind the scene. Tell us about your environment and say, how is that magic created?
Well, to put it simply, a movie is a vast collection of files that people need to access, edit, and basically do the work they need to make the movie happen.
Got it.
Productions happen globally these days. Lucasfilm, for example, they do most of their principal photography in the UK, and then they come back to Burbank, California for the post-production. This means that making movies is a 24/7 affair across multiple time zones. Speaking of post-production, we have a lot of different teams that work to make the movie happen. Our VFX teams, for example, they work on creating those incredible visual spectacles that we all come to expect from our Marvel movies or upcoming Toy Story 5. The editors take the raw footage and they cut it into something that's actually watchable and not like 6 hours of random footage.
Got it.
Our executives, they review the dailies and make sure that the film is adhering to the creative vision they intended. And these days, people can be working in their offices across the world, or they can be working at home remotely through VDI or similar technologies.
So for a given movie, across the world, work is being done?
Yes.
Wow. So can you share an overview of your data center and specifically the network? What is the role of the network as you're producing these movies and creating these movies?
Well, because movies are a global affair, we have a global network of data centers that hold petabytes of data from the resulting film there of all the different cuts and special effects and all these kind of things. And we need teams to be able to connect to them across the world because films can happen anywhere.
Yeah, because they're working across the world, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, we had to create a local data center in Australia to support one of the Avatar movie reshoots. And then when we're done, We didn't need that data center anymore, so we had to clean it up and move on with our lives. In our actual data center, we have hundreds of servers to support the production workload. Each one of those have different application traffic requirements and patterns and have to be handled differently. We have to make sure that there is enough capacity for people to manage all the storage and all the things they need to do for the film to happen. We connect it all with EVPN that uses high-end switching to provide a resilient fabric. And the idea is to try and make sure that the network is invisible to the filmmakers so they can work without delay. Because directors really do not like having to pause photography because the network's down.
So what were the challenges as you were deploying EVPN VXLAN fabric, and how did our solution was able to address it?
Well, the biggest challenge comes down to speed, scale, and reliability. Before the days of automation and intent-based networking, it could take up to 2 weeks for us to get the network ready with all the...
2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks to get the network up, all the security rules, everything that needs to happen for the communication to happen. We also had a lot of misconfiguration issues and unexpected traffic patterns. So for example, if the storage team wanted to try a new vendor, maybe that new vendor all of a sudden demands multicast traffic where the previous vendor didn't, and we have to account for that traffic because it never happened before.
These are human errors, a lot of human errors were happening.
Human error, and also just ebb and flow of different solutions and always trying to find the best product. But the end result is these outages kind of created a cascading effect because the production teams usually wanted to make up lost time by working through change windows, which made it harder and harder to do maintenance for things like software upgrades and these kind of things.
Yeah, maybe what would be one advice you will have now that you have you ran into the issues and your operations are worldwide, you deployed Abstra, what would be one advice for our audience here?
I would say adopt a net DevOps mentality. Make sure that you're embracing things like AI ops and these kind of solutions there, because they're your friend once you learn how to properly use them.
Very good, Don. Thank you very much. Appreciate being a customer and also sharing your story today with us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So, is somebody ready for the dance moves? Last, Safi, thank you very much. You did it last time. At least one person. Before I do the reason number 9. All right, is anybody ready? Please, 1. All right, I see 4 or 5. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So now I need to coordinate throwing this card with a digital effect. Let's see how good I am. It just fell down fast, but okay, that's fine. I'll try the next time. All right, proactive maintenance. So let's say the network is having a problem. One option is when the problem happens, you drill down, figure out what's happening, and apply a fix. But like a weatherman, if you are able to predict the weather, but in this case, not predict wrong weather, but let's say correct weather, well, most of the time. Okay, so it's still proactive maintenance. What I meant to say here is I am predicting the weather, I'm predicting the network health, and able to tell you that something is gonna fail. Let me show you in form of a demo instead of speaking through words.
Picture this. A trading application at a major financial firm goes unresponsive right in the middle of market hours. Every second of downtime costs millions. The root cause? 2 switch optical modules that had been quietly degrading for weeks. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody acted. That is the world without predictive analytics. Let me show you the world with it. Missed data center assurance covers the most common issues, such as optical modules and system health. Here's an example of optical modules. Behind this dashboard, the system is continuously analyzing many dozens of metrics, including temperature, transmit and receive throughput, voltage, forward error correction, bias current, and more. 10 plus years of AI ops experience from our MIST platform and Marvis AI connects all of that telemetry data and maps it to the likelihood of component failure. Real machine learning doing the hard work invisibly. What your team sees is this, a clean, actionable chart. Vertical axis is confidence level. Horizontal axis is time. When is the failure expected? Bubble size and color is severity. Hover over any bubble and you see the blast radius. Exactly which components, workloads, and applications are at risk. These three large bubbles in the upper left, high confidence, imminent failure. Without this tool, those optical modules fail, the trading app goes down, and you are counting losses. With this tool, we help you procure spares proactively and send a technician tomorrow to swap them out before the market opens. Simple. ServiceNow ticket generated automatically. The trading app stays up, the business never feels a thing. That is the power of proactive maintenance using predictive analytics, catching failures before they impact your business.
All right. So, do you think it was an amazing demo? Thank you. Thank you. So, we showed you how we can prevent network outages before they occur. And with that, I want to go to my reason number 8. Maybe let's try a different strategy this time. Maybe this side of the hall, maybe you try to do some dance moves or do whatever, make some noise. But with that, I have a drum roll coming. This side, please. Yay, I got it. Thank you. And now, with that, I have to see if I can do a great job of timing. Don't go down yet. It's okay. All right, so we broke another glass, saying that consistency is the king. And what I meant by that is, remember, I and my team came through a Juniper acquisition. So now we have in our data center portfolio Juniper QFXs and Aruba CX. Both of these products, we have a clear, committed future, not either or. If your team is already using CX switches in the campus, extending them into the data center, it's seamless, no problem. Same operating system across campus and data center, from 1 gig connectivity to 400 gig connectivity, we got you covered. Similarly, when you're using QFXs, continue to use those. There's no reason to see that any of the roadmap is going to end. So that's the reason we want to have a consistent story in our product portfolio, including when I build the AI Ops platform or the Marvis platform, it's all consistent across both the product lines. So now, let us welcome Paul Henry, AVP of IT Infrastructure and Operations at CarMax, to talk about his experience with Aruba CX. Paul, thank you for joining me on stage today. Please have a seat. So let's start with a generic question, Paul.
Sure.
CarMax is all about giving people their dream car. What is your dream car?
Well, I've had the opportunity to drive a lot of cars through the CarMax demo program. I would have to say my dream car is probably the new Corvette ZRX-1. I've always been a Corvette fan since I was a kid, and I even owned one back in the 90s when I was still single. But it's just a good old American muscle car that continues to pass the test of time.
My dream car is Ferrari. Can I get that for free from CarMax?
I don't know if we have any Ferraris, but we might be able to find you one if you.
All right, I'll settle with that. So everyone knows CarMax, where it's the largest retailer of used cars, and the transactions are done in no haggle fashion, right? That's the beauty of it. So tell us about your operations and your focus area.
Sure. Our goal is to make every experience for every customer the most iconic that we can. Whether they choose to engage us through one of our 268 retail locations, around the country or digitally through CarMax.com. In IT, we support this goal by providing high availability networks, infrastructure, and applications. Information technology is foundational to everything we do at CarMax. And with over 20 years of data, CarMax has the unique ability to be able to use AI solutions to make real-time business decisions that allow us
20 years of
20
data?
years of data.
Oh, wow. I didn't
And it
realize
allows
that.
us to stay in front of the changing market conditions
Yeah.
and challenges from our competitors. CarMax has recently completed the build of a solid foundation for modern platforms by building new data centers, redesigning and rebuilding the network, new infrastructure architecture, and also getting rid of some of our legacy applications. And HPE was specifically, the Aruba team, has been a key partner on this journey and a big contributor to our success. So thank you for being a strategic partner at CarMax.
Thank you. So how did your DC and network look like before you deployed Aruba? And what were the challenges you had in the past, which Aruba was able to solve for you?
Yeah, so the previous data center solution was completely outsourced through a managed service provider for over 14 years. It was old, it was end-of-life Cisco gear, it was unreliable, it lacked automation, and certainly didn't have the observability that we desired through the basic tool sets. We routinely impacted by challenges by shared services, data centers which would cause major business disruptions. It just wasn't a stable and reliable environment to support the future needs of CarMax. So we just had to do something better and come up with a new solution to modernize the environment.
And how is the HPE networking solution helping today?
Sure. HPE Networking has been helping CarMax with solutions for several years. Most recently, one of the partnerships was related to return to office. Hard deadlines had to guarantee a solid associate experience. And again, you came through and helped us, enabled us to allow my teams to focus on higher value opportunities instead of day-to-day management of our Wi-Fi networks. But one of the biggest accomplishments was towards our modernization efforts has been the completion of our new data center builds and application migrations. The HPE Aruba team was an integral part of that design and build out. Having not had CarMax managed data centers in such a long time, we needed confirmation that our design and our plans for the net was on point to support the future needs and goals. And HPE was there to provide that help we needed and was side by side with my engineers during the build phase.
I'm so glad to hear when customer praises the product and the support we are providing, nothing beats it. Thank you so much. So based on your experience, what is one advice you would like to give it to our audience today?
Sure. I would say build with intent. Go into it with a view of understanding of what's next and what your environment is going to look like over the next 5 to 10 years. It's not just a replacement of hardware. Take the opportunity to redesign, re-architect your solutions to meet long-term needs. And lastly, have a great partner like HPE that can be there by your side through the whole journey.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you very much. Anybody what number I'm at now? 7. Okay, you guys are listening. Even though this is afternoon, you are still listening and paying attention. So with that, this section, please make noise, stand up, dance, and here you go. Thank you. All right. Woo, let's see. So HPE Marvis AI Assistant. And I'm sure if you, as you are attending the other sessions, you know what Marvis is. But just for the people who don't know, HPE Marvis is our AI engine. Mist started this journey a decade ago. And we have been continuously using machine learning since then, right? Obviously, all this ChatGPT and other things became popular in the last 2 to 3 years. But Mist has been perfecting this over 10 years. And as Paul was saying, for CarMax, they have 20 years of data. Here with Mist, we have decade, actually more than decade worth of data on which our AI engine runs. So why don't we do this? Let's see a demo.
It's the end of the quarter at a Fortune 500 company, and the finance team is scrambling. They're experiencing performance issues with the ERP application and trying to report results. The CFO is very unhappy. As usual, the finger points to the network. The network team quickly validates that the Wi-Fi and campus networks are healthy. No issues there. But Marvis Actions dashboard flags a potential problem in the data center. Let's jump into missed data center assurance and let Marvis Agentic AI take over. Marvis brings together multiple data sources, like contextual data from Apstra Data Center Director, switch telemetry, logs, application traffic flows, and past tech support cases, and begins expert-level reasoning like a seasoned engineer would do. Using agentic and pre-trained models, Marvis narrows down the performance issue to BGP session flaps that are tied to link issues and ultimately pinpoints the root cause to FEC errors in an optics module. A ticket is created, the module is replaced, the finance team is back in action, and the CFO is happy again. What would normally take hours or even days of manual troubleshooting across teams is identified and explained in minutes, with a clear root cause and recommended action. That's the power of a self-driving network enabled by contextual data.
And the beauty is, yes, I need some of those, please. Thank you. And the beauty is, this is applied from your campus to data center, to the data center interconnects, to your WAN, and underpinned with built-in security. So with that, I have now number 6 reason coming up, and this is turn is this section, all right? And I see some Indian people also, so if you want to do some Bollywood moves, all okay. Do whatever you can, please. I would like to make it really entertaining. So with that, here you go. All right. Oh, my card fell down first. Okay, no problem. All right, so now as we became part of HPE, how we can deliver, or we are the only vendor who can deliver integrated, better together solutions. So that's my number 6. And you see on the screen, this is my stack. It's been just a year. It's been, or you can say just a year or approximately a year. In that time, the teams have delivered integration across networking, compute, storage, and observability platforms. We are bringing an infrastructure stack which nobody else in the industry can deliver. Do you agree with that? Thank you. So when you do that, you have only one partner. You have a problem, you call one partner. You have one stack. You have faster deployment and lower risk. And beauty is, we are delivering that today. Within that last 1 year, we have made significant progress to be at this stage. So let me invite my collaborators on this journey, give a warm welcome to Verma, I will not say last name, SVP GM for Hybrid Cloud Networking, and Justin, VP of Product Management for Compute Infrastructure. Thank you, Verma. Very much. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Thank you. Have a seat. Have a seat. So, Verma, I know we chat about a lot of things, but what I understood from you, you simplify complex things. Like observability was a complex thing. Now, what is the most complicated hobby, even though I can guess a couple of them, but anyway, I'll let you answer. What is the most complicated hobby you have taken up outside the work?
I think you play golf, and
I started playing golf, let's call it
the
that.
most complicated hobby that you can ever take is finding a stationary ball that doesn't move anywhere and make the ball go the place that you want it to go. So you call it decompression, but it's more compression. You watch as many videos as you wanted to watch. All the theory is great, but when it comes to practice on the course, it doesn't work. So anyway, so I try to play golf once in a while, not enough rounds, but most of the things that I do is business golf, not
Business
pleasure golf.
You know, I started golf 1.5 years ago. So far, I broke 100 one time.
Oh,
Actually, at least I did it. So I'm happy. Actually, before coming here, I had 104. So making some progress. Not
know,
as good as you are.
no. Breaking 100 is a big milestone.
Thank you. With that, you, Justin, you are responsible for HPE's compute team. So what do you do on weekends when there's nothing to do with compute? I mean, there is compute, and laptop has compute, but we're not talking about that compute. So what do you do on weekends?
Yeah, I coach my kids' soccer team or football, depending on who's in the audience here, and I would say that has zero uptime requirements. Well, almost zero.
Zero. Wow. 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 You know, when my wife sends me to Costco shopping, most of the time I'm just looking for a parking. That's what I do on the weekends. All right. So let's get to you, Verma. What are you doing to simplify the data center operations?
Well, in my role, I lead Cloud Ops software and GreenLake platform.
Mostly all the people, when they talk about GreenLake, everything is all about you.
The platform, we'll explain more
We'll
about
explain more.
GreenLake.
All
But
right.
GreenLake is the cloud delivery model on premise. So imagine giving cloud experience for any enterprise who wants to consume cloud kind of an experience on-prem. That's what GreenLake encapsulates at HPE. So my role as part of the GreenLake platform and Cloud Ops software is to deliver the unique hybrid, multi-cloud, multi-vendor infrastructures that the enterprises really have today and make them operate in a cloud-like model, from provisioning orchestration to runtime of virtualization to all the way to the full stack observability.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So we have been moving fast together, right, with integrating multiple of these elements. You told about GreenLake, what GreenLake is all about. Question I have for you is, should we go into a demo? Maybe instead of asking that what exactly it is?
Yeah.
Maybe that will explain it all.
Yeah.
So let's roll a demo.
GreenLake is the cloud that delivers a unified platform experience designed to help you simplify IT, finding ways to reduce cost and transform faster. When it comes to your infrastructure, GreenLake is the one place to streamline your IT operations across compute, storage, networking, and beyond. And that includes HPE Juniper networking. Coming soon to GreenLake is HP Mist Networking Data Center Assurance. You will find the Data Center Assurance service in the GreenLake Service Catalog. A quick search reveals Data Center Assurance is in the networking section, right where you would expect it to be. Clicking the launch button seamlessly opens HPE Mist Networking Data Center Assurance. Using single sign-on, you can now manage your whole data center networking, including your HPE Juniper networking infrastructure, from the same cloud you use for the rest of your hybrid environment. What makes GreenLake so valuable are all the services it offers. From My Services, you can see all the provision services available to you and your company's workspace. Observability, compute, data services, and now data center assurance are all enabled in this workspace, allowing you to manage, optimize, and stay in control of your IT environment through one unified experience.
I think deserves clap. All right. So maybe since we are seeing no parallel universe between networking and IT, why don't we talk about the server management, right, Justin? So, like for example, until today, you sell server, sell networking. Separate management for servers, separate management for networking. So question for you is, how we are doing that, how we are simplifying that problem for our end customers.
Yeah. So Praveen, what I'll tell you is we have compute ops management today. So this is how customers are managing, securing, automating, orchestrating all of their ProLiant server infrastructure in their environment, and actually other OEMs. We have third-party monitoring capabilities within compute ops management as well. What I'll tell you is the way I would relate compute ops management to the networking world is compute ops management is for servers, just like Aruba Central is for Aruba networking.
Got it. So can you tell us what we as networking BU and the compute BU doing together so that we can solve real customer problem at the end of the day?
Yeah, so I think Praveen, in my 20 plus years in my career, I think the number one challenge I've heard from customers is server admins pointing the finger at network admins and network admins pointing the finger at server admins when issues come up in the environment. So I think together, we are now heading down the path with our partnership and our integration in bringing compute ops management and HPE Mist networking data center assurance together to start solving that challenge for our customers. And I think we might have a video to give a quick preview of what that looks like.
Okay, let's do that. Roll the video, please.
If you manage servers across multiple sites, you know the challenges: limited visibility, security worries, too many tools, and too many manual steps. HPE Compute Ops Management, available through GreenLake, brings everything together in one cloud-native platform so you can see, automate, and secure compute across your distributed enterprise, from data center to edge. Let's look at a few highlights. A unified dashboard delivers visibility into health, security, and compliance across all locations. Visibility and automation are key. The global map shows system status and health information with one-click drill down to any server. Real-time alerts highlight critical issues, failing drives, security deviations, or compliance concerns, so you can act fast. And coming soon, Compute Ops Management will surface network fabric context directly within the server view. When a server indicates a health alert, quickly see that a network issue has occurred. Investigate server network connectivity, including switches, paths, and topology. Quickly identify the switch's critical alert and launch into the networking view. This new capability will help reduce manual cross-referencing, remove blind spots, and accelerate issue resolution. Do more, see more. Try a free 90-day trial today.
So we have a 90-day trial.
We do. We absolutely do.
Very good. So just wanted to say, if you think about it, what we have done, Varma and Justin, is GreenLake, ops management, networking tools, Morpheus, which we haven't talked about, Opsware, everything is integrated under one umbrella.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate the partnership.
Thank you. All right, so why don't we do this? Let me shift some focus towards now AI and cloud. Because AI is moving at such an incredible speed, whether it's reasoning models, whether agents or something else, that pace of innovation is no longer measured in years. It's measured in days or even hours. And in each of these deployments, what is common? Anybody? Can anybody guess? Network. So maybe I'll ask again. What is common in all these AI deployments? All right, you got it. I knew that you know it. It was just that you were not paying attention. So good. All right, so with that, let's say you are connecting thousands of these GPUs. You need network to connect those GPUs. During training, these GPUs are constantly communicating with each other, and if network slows down, the GPUs slow down. And when GPUs slow down, amount of the money you spent on these GPUs, those are idling, so not healthy. Similarly, inferencing is becoming critical at the edge, and where the latency, the form factor of boxes, all of that matters. So with that in mind, with that backdrop, now let's go to our reason number 5, and this time is that section. All right. All right, so we broke the glass again, and this time we did it for Open Ethernet, right? Goodbye custom solutions. AI networking used to mean lock-in, and that's why we as HPE, we helped formed Ultra Ethernet Consortium. Open, scalable, and built on standards. To run AI at scale, if you look at it, networking has to operate in 3 dimensions. Remember I talked about GPUs? So let's say these GPUs are sitting in a rack. You need to connect these GPUs within a rack. And we call that as scale up. When you connect these racks together, we call it scale out. And when you connect these data centers with all these GPUs to another data center, we call it scale across. And what is unique, and I hope that I'll get good claps with a lot of noise, we are the only vendor in Open Ethernet ecosystem who has all 3 solutions. Maybe a little bit more, only vendor. Maybe you forgot, you didn't hear the word only vendor. Maybe one more time. Let's give it a try one more time. All right, good. With that, and you might have heard me saying this even in the Rami's section, so we delivered our 64 ports of 1.6 terabits per second, 100% liquid-cooled switch, no fans in it, ahead of anybody else in the market. In fact, closest competition, probably we are 8 months ahead. Same Broadcom silicon which anybody else can use, we are 8 months ahead with our solution. Yes, yes. I was hoping, I didn't have to say it. It doesn't look nice, if I have to say it doesn't look nice. Okay, all right. Also, we received Best of the Show award in our Tokyo Interop last week. Similarly, as I talked about edge inference, we are introducing our QFX 5140 switch. It's purpose-built for inference clusters, optimized for throughput, low latency, and multi-tenancy. Okay? All right. So while hardware is the critical component and necessary component, software is where we are truly differentiating. Junos, which is the common operating system in the Juniper, whether you are deploying a solution at data center, interconnects, or WAN, it has been hardened for over several decades. And what we have done is we have delivered numerous innovations in terms of how to utilize the fabric better. When there is a congestion, let's say a lot of GPUs are communicating with each other, and there is a congestion, how to avoid the congestion, but also if there is congestion does happen, how to mitigate that congestion. So all of those have been incorporated into our hardened Junos platform. We are also excited to announce that when we talk about the integrated solution, the HPE data center is now, or HPE AI data center is now powered by QFX switching, or HPE Juniper networking switching. So this means our customers can get, as part of, when I talk about HPE AI data center solution, this means customers can get compute, networking, storage, lifecycle management, all pre-integrated. You can get that complete stack and deploy. So very good, thank you. To share information about our scale-up, solution, and I don't know whether you have seen the rack on display here. So I'm going to specifically talk about the Helios rack. Please join me in welcoming Safi from AMD to the stage. Hey. Safi, today I was telling people that HPE and AMD have one thing in common. We are both focused on performance. So on work side, we are focused on performance. But also, we are focused on exercising and gymming.
Yes.
So somehow we both believe that if we miss a workout, the civilization might collapse.
That is probably true. We are both focused on work and working out.
And working out.
We actually met at the gym this morning at around 6:30 a.m. and started with like get on the scale, talk about powerlifting, go over to the squat rack, and then we talk about AI at scale, power, and GPU racks. So maybe that's why this partnership works so well.
Exactly right. So tell us more about Helios, because people may not know about Helios here.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reality is AI infrastructure is becoming incredibly complex, especially the networking piece. And I think what customers don't want is to buy a bunch of solutions from many different providers, put it together, and then hope that it works. What they really want is a proven, production-ready AI platform, and that's exactly what Helios delivers. It's a complete rack-scale architecture, really designed specifically for the largest language models and for deploying inference at scale efficiently. And the way we do that, the guts inside of Helios, is our latest AMD Instinct MI455X GPUs, our highest performance AMD EPYC Venice CPUs, and I think most importantly, open Ethernet for interconnects, nothing proprietary, giving you guys, our customers, the option to make the choice that works best for you. And I know Praveen and I are both big believers in an open ecosystem, and you're closest actually to the interconnect story. Maybe you can talk about what HPE is bringing to the Helios architecture.
Yeah, before I bring that to the table, one thing I want to tell you, Safi, is like we did our 100% liquid-cooled solution ahead of the market, 8 months ahead of the market. You know, anytime you are working on something so crucial, cutting edge, it's not easy. We are both running at so fast, or we and our teams are running at such a fast speed to deliver this. So now let me tell you what this means. So what we have done is in this Helios platform, there are networking trays, and we have built those. Actually, there are 6 networking trays which goes into one Helios rack. And HPE has built a product called QFX5252, which goes into these Helios rack. And actually, it's on display here if you haven't seen it. If you want a little bit more technical details, each Helios tray carries 2 Tomahawk 6 ASICs. So remember our 100% liquid-cooled platform? It carries 1 ASIC. Here there are 2 ASICs. But also, we are running Sonic on it. And not just pure Sonic, Sonic with AI ops in it. So if you think about it, with this Helios, we are completing our story of scale out, scale across, and Helios specifically is our scale up solution. So tell me, any other thoughts about Helios, Safi, which I missed in my summary?
Well, I think what you said is like exactly what customers want. They don't want to have like 4 different suppliers to call on their network and these sorts of things. I mean, what they really want is what you guys are bringing, which is delivering scale up, scale out, and scale across. And for us at AMD, we want a solution that's differentiated and that's integrated like what you guys are bringing. And we are super excited about this partnership and even more excited about what it means for our mutual customers.
Thank you, Safi. And hopefully next time we bring some weights on the stage.
We should do a push-up contest next time.
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea. Okay, I'll see you
I
at the gym in the morning.
that. All right, man.
Take care, my
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, so I'm on to what number I am at? Any guesses? 4. It's still number 4. We have some time to go. And then, now open to anybody. Please, please help me. All right, thank you. With that, woo, where did it go? All right, so performance and scale. So as AI clusters are growing, every microsecond matters. And as I said earlier, right, any performance impact in the network directly translates to GPUs not working correctly or underutilized. It means a lot of money on the table when they're idling. Also, this is not just about simply building a fastest network. This really means you want a reliable, consistent delivery. And who else can share that consistent delivery and the scale experience better than Raj, who is the SVP of networking at Oracle, if you can join me on stage.
I guess some dance moves are mandatory.
All right, look at that. Thank you, Raj. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and good to be talking to you, not at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Not 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. By the way, one slide back, probably I advanced it way too much. Actually, I was in Amsterdam,
Yes.
and I know I'm going off the script. I was in Amsterdam. You called me, and you did not know that I'm in Amsterdam. And I think it was 3 a.m. or something like that, maybe not 2 a.m. And then he said, Praveen, you shouldn't have picked up the call. I didn't realize that you are in Amsterdam. I said, no, doesn't matter, customer first.
Yep, and that customer obsession is very infectious. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Raj, for being here. So same question. You spend time in thinking about cloud infrastructure and all of that day in, day out. What do you do on a Saturday and Sunday when it's, let's say, a sunny day, non-cloudy day? What do you do really?
It's funny, like, as someone who has been in the industry for, like, in the networking field for more than 2 decades, I'll say, like, I've come to terms with one fact: the root cause of all problems is networking, right? So I think, like, on a Saturday or a Sunday, it's probably like my teenage daughter waking up and saying, like, Daddy, I have a headache. Go fix the Wi-Fi.
Oh, really?
Like, doesn't matter, right? But jokes apart, I've been spending a lot of time actually experimenting with a lot of AI tools. I think what's exciting for me is, like, we are living in a time when a lot of fundamental assumptions are actually getting challenged. Infrastructure is changing, application is changing, the way people do work is changing. So even when I'm trying to take a break from technology, I guess I land up right back in the middle of it. Curiosity is very hard to switch off, and it's probably very good to have that during this time.
I love that. I love that. So you're hands-on, it's still fully hands-on.
Yeah.
So the Oracle infrastructure has grown tremendously over the last several years. Just for this audience, give an example of, or a sense of, what is the scale we are talking about here?
You're right, absolutely. I mean, like, OCI has actually, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure has significantly grown in the last few years, right? Between our cloud regional and edge deployments, we are at more than 250 plus sites at this point. We offer various kinds of cloud to our customers, be it public cloud, gov, sovereign, dedicated cloud, hybrid cloud, multi-cloud options, because different customers need different things. They have different requirements, right? Many of the world's largest ERP systems, supply chain management systems, databases, they are all running on OCI. Wow. So OCI is, like, built from the beginning with the enterprise and mission critical applications. So that philosophy is, like, ingrained in us. Sure. And now we are bringing the same philosophy over to AI infrastructure. And AI is fundamentally changing the infrastructure requirements. That much is very, very evident, right? And that's driving innovation across the board for us. Yeah.
Specifically, the networking, what does it look like at OCI?
See, at cloud scale, what happens is networking stops being the plumbing anymore, right? It becomes strategic infrastructure. Every app, every database depends on the network. And now every AI training job depends on the network. So for us, the major focus has been more on the open Ethernet solutions. So we are a founding member of ESUN, And we are also an active member of Ultra Ethernet Consortium that you're part of as well. And we strongly believe that open ecosystems actually caters to more innovation. Another major capability that we are actually investing pretty strongly is on Rocky, RDMA over converged Ethernet, right? We originally deployed it for Exadata and our high-performance computing solutions, and that has paved way for our ability to actually innovate in the AI infrastructure space as well, right? Speed, speed is increasing. Like we've been deploying 100 gig ports, 400 gig ports, 800 gig. Very soon we are going to be deploying the 1.60 solutions, right? So AI is actually.
We can give you a switch today if you want to take one with.
Oh, we'd love it. We absolutely would love to do that, right? So I think AI is fundamentally turning the network into more of a first-class compute resource. Networking is no longer just the infrastructure. Networking is becoming the infrastructure.
I see. So Oracle and HPE, we have worked together for a while. How has that partnership evolved, Raj?
Oh, it's been a fantastic journey. It's been a fantastic partnership.
Good right? To hear word fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys are living, breathing customer obsession, I would say. So the partnership, I think, from day one of OCI, Juniper back then has been a fantastic partner for Oracle. So originally we started out with our edge deployments, and then later on we moved to data center networking. So as you were pointing out in your during your other slides, data center networking is a different beast altogether, right? Like the requirements of the performance, latency, all of that is important, but operational reliability is even more important.
Yeah.
Right? And definitely for a cloud vendor like us, we never get a maintenance window. Like we operate 24.
No maintenance window at all.
At all, right? So 24/7, we are live, 365, doesn't matter, right? So I get a lot of 2 a.m. calls too, right? So, but I think both organizations recognize that networking is no longer just about moving packets, through pipes, and having a partner like you who just get it is super important. The reliability and all of that.
Something came to my mind. I was just thinking one day, in the next incarnation of me, do I want to do what I'm doing and get this 2 a.m., 3 a.m. calls? On one side of me says, no way. Other side of me, once I am able to solve the problem, the satisfaction, the immense satisfaction you get that you got something in hand, you were able to nail it, because problems will be there, but you were really going with the customer obsession in mind. Yep. That's what gives me the satisfaction.
Absolutely. I think there is always that solutions provider deep inside you, right? In all of us. So when we find a solution to a problem, it's always very encouraging.
Very good. Right. So why don't we do this? There's a number 3 reason, and please show some dance moves. And this time I'll see whether Raj can do a better job. I'll tell you when to throw this card.
All right, okay, I'll do that.
First, the dance moves. Thank you. All right, Raj. Maybe this time let's try where it's. I was trying to time it where it starts flying before.
Let me try.
Let's try. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, awesome!
Almost.
Good job. Finally,
I should
it's
maybe,
a teamwork. It's a teamwork.
Teamwork, or maybe I should just go try my luck at the casino floor today. Just works out.
So my number 3 reason is Sonic. And I don't know how much, sometimes people say we don't know Juniper is also doing Sonic. But if you look at it, the Sonic has gained tremendous momentum because it's open and it has a vibrant community. As network continues to scale, customers need visibility, intelligence, operational simplicity. So what we are doing is different than most other people in the industry is not just plain Sonic. We are bringing the high-speed telemetry and AI operations. Remember we talked about the MIST, how we have the expertise, decade-plus expertise of AI ops. We are bringing that to Sonic. So our contribution to Sonic, what we are working on and what we have been delivering is high-speed telemetry and also the AI ops engine. So with that, Raj, maybe you want to comment on what do you think about the Sonic and this ecosystem, and what are your thoughts in this area?
Absolutely, right. Again, I might sound like a broken record, but see, at cloud scale, the challenge is not just about forwarding packets. It is operating big networks very efficiently, right? running massive AI clusters, visibility is just as important as how much throughput or bandwidth that you get. So you don't want to discover congestion after the fact, after a training job fails. So you have to identify before the users find them, right? So high-speed telemetry has become foundational. So without high-speed telemetry, without that visibility, you won't be able to build intelligent operations, intelligent ops, right? And without intelligent ops, you cannot automate at scale.
Correct.
So at Oracle, we are increasingly taking ownership of more of the network control plane ourselves, and that feeds into the innovation cycle, that speeds up the innovation, right? So while many discussions around Sonic that you're having focus on the operating system, what excites me is actually the intelligence layer.
Intelligence layer.
Right. The telemetry, the analytics, the operational insights, right? The AI ops capabilities. And so the ability to predict, diagnose, and automate all the remediation, right? Like we are talking about self-healing networks, self-mitigating problems, right? So those capabilities become incredibly powerful when they are not tied to a specific controller architecture. And so as we build our own cloud scale control systems, having partners like Juniper, right, bring in Mist, Marvis, like all that you spoke about, right, like all this advanced telemetry and operational intelligence into open ecosystems creates tremendous value for us. So the future is not one operating system. The future is not one controller, I'd say that. The future is open infrastructure combined with intelligent operations.
Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you for joining me on stage and the perfect coordination on the card.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
So from the Sonic perspective, as you know, we have two product lines, right? One is based on merchant silicon, which is Broadcom-based QFX product line. We also have the data center interconnects with the PTX and MX. So we are bringing Sonic to both the product lines, including merchant silicon as well as to the custom silicon. And as we discussed, and as Raj said, what differentiates or what is needed by the cloud scale guys is the intelligence layer. So I'm so glad to hear, because he used the word intelligence, and we think that intelligence comes from the high-speed telemetry and the AI ops operation, what we are bringing to the table. Now, what number we are at? Any guesses? 2. All right, everybody is in sync now, right? This card throwing will not be as good as Raj, but dance moves first. All right. Thank you. And then here it goes. Not coordinated. So our self-driving network, right? So if you think about it, you have heard 8 reasons. And I'm going to quiz some of you to see whether you remember all 8. No, don't worry. So you have heard 8 reasons. And every single one of those capabilities are building our foundation for a self-driving network, right? Like, for example, if I don't have an open system, it's very hard to take a closed-end system with closed-end telemetry, and it only works in one particular workload style. So the open system is important. Visibility is important. Predictive maintenance is important. So to chime few of them, what we did throughout this presentation. So this is our self-driving journey, right? And we believe with all the capabilities we are bringing to the table, we are closer than anybody else in the industry. Now, on one hand, I can talk through the entire slide. You see the slide. But high level, I want to compare our self-driving journey to a self-driving and automobile, right, journey. In the stage 1, we are collecting data. Stage 2, we are providing insights. Stage 3, we are providing recommendations. Like, for example, the optics failure, which you saw, was a recommendation. Now, stage 4, even though we provided the recommendation, we are giving the assisted operations. In other words, we are not just fixing the problem ourselves. We are asking you to have man in the middle to say, yes, I trust, and then only do something. And finally, the stage 5 would be our fully self-driving journey. We are probably around stage 4 in that area somewhere, but there are customers who have deployed this product with all the capabilities, and they are seeing the fruit of the work we have done. If you want to try it out, please do reach out to us. Also, if you look at it, when I introduced the hardware, I talked about QFX, then I talked about PTX, which is PTX and MX, which is our custom silicon-based product. Security is another critical element. As I said, it cannot be bolted on. It has to be built into the infrastructure, and that's where our SRX product line fits in. And with that, now you only have to dance one more time, and that's it for the day. Then you sleep well. I'm sure you are tired, but this is the last dance. All right. All right, this is the last glass breaking of the day, and I want to share the results, right? You heard from customers. We can say a lot of things, but until you see the validations from customers, which we have heard today, but also from the analysts like Gartner, and you will see that we were the leader, we were recognized as a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for data center switching. And the most important part was, as you drill down into their report, there's something called Critical Capabilities Report. We were ranked #1 for the enterprise data center and enterprise data center build out, and we were ranked #2 for AI data centers build out. I also want to make sure that you know we have HPE FS, which is the HPE Financial Services, which are offering you flexibility, affordability, and faster time to value, where they can take any of your current assets, convert that into your future dollars to buy HPE equipment. And this asset doesn't need to be HPE asset what they procure from you. Let's say you have some retiring asset, they can pick that from you and invest towards the HPE products. With that, I think I am almost out of time. So thank you so much for joining me today, and enjoy the rest of your discovery. Thank you.